we kun zo do po te chok song ke we lek mun tu dru pa ha dak sok tu je gun du shap ten show. Thank you very much, everyone who joined me in the sessions throughout the day. Thank you very much for your kind support for 74 weekends of prayerathon and supporting all the wonderful Sangha. The tech team, thank you very much, all the wonderful Sangha, for giving their time so freely. May you have a long and healthy life, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in prayer next week. Thank you very much, and I'm handing over to Venerable Yeshe. How are you?
Oh, very well, thank you. Wonderful this morning here. And what about yourself? You well? It was a lovely session again.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. You have sort of days when things run a bit smoother, and sometimes you have days when you feel more contemplative, and then you sometimes have you know what I mean. And you sit there more yourself, and you go like, and then sometimes you just feel it's hard going, but again, it's it's as it says, may all the negative karma ripen on me, and may all my merit ripen upon them. And if we as practitioners sometimes find heavy, what is it for those who haven't got the opportunities to look at it in the ways we look at it, or the chance to reason what's happening in karma and this and that. So it's great. Now I have to say it's been a great day. I have to say everybody's here, everybody is chipping in, everybody. And again, although it's we talk about the merry state of Christmas, there are also many people who may not have the joy, and it's also for them that we're here. Actually, probably more for them now, because those who have a jolly environment probably will just maybe nip in, but are with family, and probably many now wish to just take part and be part of something, and know that they have been looked after in so many different ways. And if you could do that today, then wonderful. But it's great to see you. Thank you very much for being here, for leading and being there, for all these wonderful beings.
Oh, my pleasure.
So thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure.
All right.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your holidays.
I will try. Holidays. Yeah, what's that?
Every day's a holiday.
Going 7 weeks into the bardo, take a break. Reset the clock.
Oh, blessings.
Venerable Yeshe, look after yourself. Bye-bye.
And you. See you again soon. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, Venerable Dancho. He's just marvellous. Navigating this prayerathon week after week, 74 weeks we've been doing this, and he's been doing it for a majority of that time. And much merit to him, and much love and prayers. So yes, just as we come back to the beginning of another session, so just resetting our motivation. And I think I'd like to just take what Venerable Dancho was saying there. Very importantly, I think it's a time for those who can rejoice, and we must rejoice in the good fortune of those that are happy, merry, spending time with family, getting to do all the things that they would like to do and have the good fortune to do. But at times, at this time in particular, there's a lot of people at the moment due to COVID, but due to many other restrictions and karma, many reasons that it's not such a joyful time. And I think, we need to equally share in our compassion for them, and so not go to the extremes of both, so we can rejoice for those who are with family, who are with friends, and we can certainly give our love and prayers and thoughts to those who are not doing it so well for many reasons. Maybe they've lost loved ones. It's been a tough year. They might be unwell. There may be extreme financial hardships. We send our compassion to all sentient beings, Just bringing Chenrezig to mind. Emanating compassion, light rays, emanating from Chenrezig to all sentient beings. Just settling our minds for a moment. So it's such a big wind up to the holiday season. And it all comes in through a day. It burns out very quickly. Here we're preparing now for Vajrasattva retreat, which starts today. So purification. So a wonderful time to stop and think about all the things that we need to purify, our karma that needs to be purified, and a wonderful way to go in towards the new year. Okay, now as we start this practice together, just try to keep in mind throughout, listen to the words that we say, think about what we mean, and really hope that this pandemic will soon be over. We can all find a new way to live happily together and see each other. Until then, Venerable Tantra says we meet through prayers, which is absolutely beautiful. So we'll begin the practice, the Vajra speech of Master Thangtong Gyalpo, the blessed prayer known as liberating Sakya from disease. And if you're on Zoom, I'm hoping you have a copy there with you. If you're on YouTube, I believe our wonderful media team may have provided a link in the comments for the text. So we'll start by reciting the motivation 3 times. All sentient beings, my mothers who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, Yidams and Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings, my mothers who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, Yidams and Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings, my mothers who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, Yidams and Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. Now we'll spend some time doing the mantra of compassion. So just again, recalling Chenrezig, whether in front of you, the crown of your head, unless you have the initiations which allow you to self-generate. Just emitting rays, light, nectar to all sentient beings. And we'll start the mantra together, and then we'll continue silently. We'll do this for a few hours together. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum, 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 Mani Padme Hum. Okay, now we'll recite the actual prayer 3 times together. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings, that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of graha spirits, illnesses, and the bhutas, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that, like a butcher leading an animal to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic, and other epidemic diseases, the mere sounds of whose names terrify beings as though they had been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by the 80,000 classes of interferers, the 360 evil spirits that harm suddenly, the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the 4 elements, depriving the body and mind of every happiness, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power, and be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. by the compassion of the Gurus and the Three Jewels, by the power of the Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, and by the power of the truth of the infallibility of karma and its results, may all these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings, that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of graha spirits, illnesses in the Bhutas, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that, like a butcher leading an animal to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic, and other epidemic diseases, the mere sounds of whose names terrify beings as though they had been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by the 80,000 classes of interferers, the 360 evil spirits that harm suddenly, the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every happiness, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power, and be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and the Three Jewels, by the power of the Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, and by the power of the truth of the infallibility of karma and its results, may all these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings, that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of graha spirits, illnesses in the Bhutas, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that, like a butcher leading an animal to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic, and other epidemic diseases, the mere sounds of whose names terrify beings as though they had been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by the 80,000 classes of interferers, the 360 evil spirits that harm suddenly, the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every happiness, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power, and be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and the Three Jewels, by the power of the Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, and by the power of the truth of the infallibility of karma and its results, may all these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. Now returning to the mantra, Mani Padme Hum, mantra of compassion, mantra of Chenrezig, and again just recalling and resetting our motivation, really hoping and sharing that this pandemic is over soon. Some countries entering another huge wave of vast illness, some just managing. I think all the frontline workers, first responders, and regenerate that thought of compassion, that love, that compassion for all sentient beings. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum, 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 Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. And we'll return to the actual prayer and we'll recite that 3 times together. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings, that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of graha spirits, illnesses and the bhutas, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that, like a butcher leading an animal to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic and other epidemic diseases, the mere sounds of whose names terrify beings as though they had been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by the 80,000 classes of interferers, the 360 evil spirits that harm suddenly, the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the 4 elements, depriving the body and mind of every happiness, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power and be endowed with long life, good health and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and the 3 jewels, by the power of the Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, and by the power of the truth of the infallibility of karma and its results, may all these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings, that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of graha spirits, illnesses and the bhutas, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that, like a butcher leading an animal to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic and other epidemic diseases, the mere sounds of whose names terrify beings as though they had been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by the 80,000 classes of interferers, the 360 evil spirits that harm suddenly, the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the 4 elements, depriving the body and mind of every happiness, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power and be endowed with long life, good health and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and the Three Jewels, by the power of the Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, and by the power of the truth of the infallibility of karma and its results, may all these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings, that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of graha spirits, illnesses in the Bhutas, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that, like a butcher leading an animal to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic, and other epidemic diseases, the mere sounds of whose names terrify beings as though they had been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by the 80,000 classes of interferers, the 360 evil spirits that harm suddenly, the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every happiness, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power, and be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and the Three Jewels, by the power of the Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, and by the power of the truth of the infallibility of karma and its results, may all these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. And we'll do the dedication and prayers. May all beings everywhere plagued with sufferings of body and mind quickly be freed of their illnesses. May those frightened cease to be afraid, and may those bound be free. May the powerless find power, and may people think of befriending one another. May those who find themselves in trackless, fearful wildernesses, the children, the aged, the unprotected, be guarded by beneficial celestials, and may they swiftly attain Buddhahood. Seal the merits with emptiness. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, and all the merits of the 3 times collected by numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, which are completely empty of existing from their own side, may I, who am completely empty of existing from my own side, achieve the state of full enlightenment, which is completely empty of existing from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are completely empty of existing from their own side to that state which is completely empty of existing from its own side, by myself alone, who is completely empty of existing from my own side. Pray to actualize bodhicitta. May the precious Supreme Bodhicitta not yet born arise. May that arisen not decline, but increase more and more. And for the long life of His Holiness Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind and supreme Tenzin Gyatso, may you have a long life and all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Saviour of the land of snow teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion, to the lotus holder Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for the long life of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, you who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honouring the 3 sublime ones, Saviour of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. Thank you all who've joined on YouTube and all who have joined on Zoom. And welcome, good morning, Venerable Kadro. How are you this morning?
I'm well. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, all the best.
Okay, so for me, where I am, it's still Christmas Day. So it's kind of a very special day for many people in the world. Day of much joy and love and generosity. So we're fortunate that we have a chance to do these special prayers and practices on this special day. So we'll start by generating a really positive motivation for doing this practice. All of us do at least sometimes feel altruism, the wish to benefit others. It's just a natural part of our mind as human beings. In fact, Buddhism says all living beings have compassion and love as natural qualities in their mind, although they're not always so highly developed. But we can work on developing these qualities more and more, grow them so that we can feel love and compassion for more and more and more people, and eventually be able to have those feelings for every single sentient being. So that's what we try to do, even if we're not really able to feel love and compassion for every being at this moment in time, but we try, we aspire to do that. And that's the best motivation that we can have for everything we do, in particular Dharma activities such as studying the Dharma, practicing the Dharma, reciting prayers, and so on. So get in touch with your feelings of love, compassion, altruism, wishing to benefit others. Bring those feelings up in your mind, in your heart. And imagine them expanding in an unlimited way to extend to every living being, because every living being is basically just like we are. They all want to be happy, to have good experiences. They all want to not suffer. Nobody wants suffering or pain or bad experiences. Also, the Buddha, with his wisdom, his omniscience, could see that every living being has been kind to us in our previous lives. Every being has been our mother and our father, our brother, our sister, our child, our spouse, our friend, and all our happiness, having a body, having food, having clothes, having shelter, all our enjoyments, all of these come from others. They're produced and provided by others. So we're completely dependent on the kindness of others. And so it's only natural that we do whatever we can to repay their kindness, to help them in return. And the best way that we can help them is by becoming enlightened, becoming a fully enlightened Buddha. And that way we'll have an unlimited amount of love and compassion and wisdom and many other qualities and abilities with which we can help others. Help them become free of their suffering and even the very causes of suffering, especially ignorance about the true nature of things, and greed and hatred and jealousy and pride and so forth, these delusions in the mind, and karma. And to help others find genuine peace and happiness, all the way up to the highest happiness of enlightenment. So try to feel that that's what you would like to do, to repay the kindness of other beings, become enlightened, and also to help others as much as possible from this moment on until enlightenment. And make that the motivation for doing these practices. We're doing these practices in particular to help those suffering from COVID, but also many other kinds of suffering are happening, different diseases and other kinds of physical problems like hunger and homelessness, and mental problems, emotional suffering, depression, loneliness, despair, So everyone has some kind of problem, some kind of suffering. To really open your heart to others and feel that we're doing these practices in order to help them be free of their suffering and causes of suffering, and help them find genuine peace and happiness. And it's nice to imagine all living beings around us while we're doing these practices. They're sitting quietly and even reciting the mantras along with us, getting the benefit along with us. And imagine the Buddha in front, and many other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas around him, especially Chenrezig and Tara, because we'll be reciting their mantras. And really feel their infinite, unconditional love and compassion flowing in every direction to every single living being. And then taking refuge from Thangtong Gyalpo's prayer. All sentient beings, my mothers who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, Yidams, and Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings, my mothers who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, Yidams, and Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings, my mothers who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, Yidams, and Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. And now reciting Om Mani Padme Hum. So imagine that from Chenrezig in the space in front, light streams out in all directions, filling ourselves and all other living beings, purifying our sickness, other physical suffering, mental suffering, karma, and delusions, the causes of suffering. All of this gets purified, and our positive potential to develop all positive qualities and enlightenment itself. This is nourished so it can grow and be actualized as quickly as possible. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Now, the mantra of Tara, which His Holiness the Dalai Lama has said is a very good practice to do during this time of COVID. So imagine Tara there in front, along with all the other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, And again, from her heart, light radiates out in all directions, going to all sentient beings. Tara is like a mother looking on all sentient beings like her children with infinite love and compassion, and completely dedicated to our welfare, our well-being. So again, imagine the light and nectar filling us, purifying all negativities, and blessing our minds to attain all positive qualities. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, 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 Om Tare Tutare 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 Ture Soha. And then the mantra of Black Manjushri, which is also a good practice to clear away illnesses. Om Trasajus, the dirt is dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, the dirt is dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, the dirt is dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, the dirt is dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, dirt is dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, the dirt is dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus. Dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasajus, dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Trasajus, dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Trasajus, dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Trasajus, dirt is a dermis in English, chocolate, come sham down baby. So Om Trasatrusa Durdis Dermis in English Come Sham Tam Baby so Om Trasatrusa Durdis Dermis in English Come Sham Tam Baby so Om Trasatrusa Durdis Dermis in English Come Sham Tam Baby so Om Trasatrusa Durdis Dermis in English Come Sham Tam Baby so Om Trasatrusa Durdis Dermis in English Come Sham Tam Baby so. And then the actual prayer of Thangtong Gyalpo. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of graha spirits, illnesses, and the bhutas, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that, like a butcher leading an animal to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic, and other epidemic diseases, the mere sounds of whose names terrify beings as though they had been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by the 80,000 classes of interferers, the 360 evil spirits that harm suddenly the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every happiness, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power and be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. By the compassion of the gurus and the three jewels, by the power of the dakinis, dharma protectors, and guardians, and by the power of the truth, the infallibility of karma and its results, may all these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. And then dedication verses from Shantideva's Bodhicharyavatara. May all beings everywhere plagued by sufferings of body and mind obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of my merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. May whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again, especially COVID. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. So now we'll do the dedication prayers to dedicate all the merit accumulated during this session. And we can think of all the other merit accumulated by every being, both ordinary beings and also Arya beings, especially Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So there's like a huge amount of merit, like an ocean of merit accumulated by everyone, past, present, and future. So we can mentally dedicate all this merit to the welfare of all living beings and the long lives of our precious spiritual teachers. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel, bodhicitta, that has not arisen, arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samantabhadra too realize things as they are, I too dedicate all these merits in the best way, that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with a dedication praised as the best by the victorious ones, thus gone of the 3 times, so I might perform good works. I dedicate whatever virtues I have ever collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of perfect, pure Losamdrapa to shine forever. Due to all these merits, may all the father and mother sentient beings have happiness, and may all the lower realms be empty forever. Wherever there are bodhisattvas, may all their prayers be accomplished immediately. May I cause all this by myself alone. Due to all the merit accumulated in the 3 times by myself and others, may those beings who merely see, hear, remember, touch, or talk to me be freed in that very second from all their sufferings and abide in happiness forever. And then the long life prayers for His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Lama Zopa Rinpoche, but we can also think of all other spiritual teachers who are genuinely living in accordance with the Dharma and teaching the Dharma, guiding sentient beings on the path to liberation and enlightenment. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good, all-powerful Chenrezig Gyalpo. Please remain until samsara ends. Savior of the snowland teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion to the holder of the lotus, Lord Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the 3 jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And finally, to ensure that our merits do not get lost or damaged or destroyed by generating wrong views or getting angry, we dedicate them within emptiness, understanding the emptiness of the 3 spheres. So by these merits we have created, which are empty of existing inherently, independently from their own side, but are merely labeled by the mind. May the I, who is empty of existing inherently, independently from its own side, but is merely labeled by the mind, quickly reach enlightenment, which is empty of existing inherently, independently from its own side, is merely labeled by the mind. And lead all sentient beings who are also empty of existing inherently and are merely labeled by the mind to that state of enlightenment as well. Okay, so thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Angie, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Huh?
Oh, I'm just saying, how are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Haven't seen you for a few weeks. My time's been a little bit all over the place, so
Yeah, me too. I wasn't always able to make it at this time.
yeah. Anyway, we're still going.
Good, yeah. Happy Christmas.
Yeah, oh yeah, happy Christmas, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Okay. So for the last session of the day, or the 24 hours, just take a moment to reflect, to renew our motivation. So again, as Buddhist practitioners. The main purpose of our life is to free yourself from by recognizing that we're under the control of suffering and karma and delusion. Then to be able to practice, to be able to free our minds, our hearts, ourselves from suffering and the causes of suffering, karma and delusion, and to develop all the qualities and realizations on the path, Mahayana path, all the perfections to achieve full enlightenment. And then to do this in order so we can free all kind of other sentient beings who've been a mother, family members, friends, brothers, sisters, so many connections from beginningless time. So to take responsibility, having all the qualities and realizations to free all them from suffering and causes of suffering once we've done that ourselves. So that's the main purpose of our life. And more particularly today, we're doing these prayers to pacify the immediate problems in the world, the pandemic, the recent variants that have occurred due to the COVID, for those to be pacified as quickly as possible, for no other beings to receive that, to get the virus, for those who haven't got it to be protected, and for to completely, as I say, pacify and disappear in this world as quickly as possible. So that's immediate prayer that we're doing today for all sentient beings all the world to be pacified this pandemic, as well as all the other problems that arise due to disturbance of the elements, from fire, disturbance of fire, water, earth and wind, and the outer elements, causing bigger disasters for those to be pacified, earthquakes, fires, tornadoes, all these different things we still see happening in the world, and that are probably going to continue to happen, but we try to pray for them to be pacified, or at least for the effect to them to be as minimal as possible. So to make these prayers for that, and of course for the pacification of any disturbances in our inner elements, earth, water, fire, and wind, that cause sickness and disease. So for all that to be pacified, we're doing these prayers, especially the one liberating Sake from disease. And then also today, going to do the other two prayers that have been recommended by Shinkarla, to do words of truth pacifying the danger of weapons in the world, and then the words of truth pacifying the request to pacify fear of famine. So we'll recite each of those at the end. And anyway, in the meantime, I usually do this prayer liberating from Sakya, read through one each time and do 500 mantras. So repeat that 3 or 4 times with 500 mantras that will manifest through. And then do the other 2 prayers, and then do dedication prayers along with multiplying mantras, since we're on the one session of the day today. And taking strong refuge in the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, and Mahasiddhi Thangtong Gyalpo, Chenrezig, all in essence the Buddhas. So taking strong, and all in essence are gurus. So taking strong refuge in those to be able to help ourselves, our family members, all sentient beings to be free of these different causes, immediate causes, and the deeper problems of karma and delusion. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities, and dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities, dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, meditational deities, and dakinis. We go for refuge to them to clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. Oh, money, baby, oh, money, baby, oh, money, baby, oh, money, baby. Oh, money, baby, 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 oh, money, baby. Oh, money, baby, oh, money, baby. Mani be me, mani be me, mani be me, mani be me, mani be me. Mani be me, 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 mani be me. O mani be me, 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 mani be me. O mani be me, mani be me, mani be me, mani be me. O mani be me, mani be me, mani be me, mani be me, mani be me. O mani be me, 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 mani be me. O mani be me, 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 mani be me. O mani be me, who ill diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings that result from karma and temporary conditions such as the harm of spirits, illnesses, and ailments, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that like a butcher leading a being to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings being harmed by acute, chronic, and other infectious diseases, the mere sound of whose names terrifies beings, as though they've been placed inside the mouth of Yama, Lord of Death. May all embodied beings being harmed by 80,000 class of harmful interferers, 360 evil spirits harmed suddenly, 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances of the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every pleasure, be totally pacified, and may the body and mind have radiance and power, endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and the Triple Gem, with the power of Dakinis, Dharma protectors, and guardians, and with the strength of the infallibility of karma and its results, may these many dedication and prayers be fulfilled as soon as they are made. Okay, so we'll do a bit. Prayer with 500 monies. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, meditational deities, Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, meditational deities, and Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, meditational deities, Dakinis. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 mani. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. May all the diseases that sadden the minds of sentient beings that result from karma and temporary conditions such as karma spirits, illnesses and ailments not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases like habitual leading a being to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings being harmed by acute, chronic and infectious diseases, the mere sound of whose names terrifies beings as though being placed inside the mouth of Yama, Lord of Death. May all embodied beings being harmed by 8,000 class of implemented fearers, 360 evil spirits harmed suddenly, 424 diseases and so forth. May whatever sufferings are due to disturbances of the four elements depriving the body and mind of every pleasure be totally pacified, and the body and mind have radiance and power and be endowed with long life, good health and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and the Triple Gem, by the power of Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, and by the strength of the infallibility of karma and its results, may these many dedication and prayers be fulfilled as soon as they are made. Okay, so another one. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha, we go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha, we go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, meditational deities and Kinis, we go for refuge to them to clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha, we go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha, we go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, meditational deities and Kinis, we go for refuge to them to clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings equal to space, go for refuge to precious Guru Buddha, we go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha, we go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, meditational deities, the Kinis, we go for refuge to them to clarity of our own mind, Dharmakaya. Oh, money pay me, 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 money pay me. Oh, money pay me, money pay me, money pay me, money pay me. Oh, money pay me, money pay me, money pay me, money pay me, money pay me. Mani be mio, mani be mio. Mani be mio, mani be mio. Oh, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio. Mani be mio, 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 mani be mio. Mani be mio, 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 mani be mio. Oh, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio. Oh, mani be mio, 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 mani be mio. Oh, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio. Oh, mani be mio, 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 mani be mio. Oh, mani be mio, 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 mani. Oh, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani. Oh, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio. Oh, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani be mio. Oh, mani be mio, mani be mio, be mio, mani 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 be. Oh, mani be mio, mani be mio, mani. Oh, mani be mio. Know the diseases that sadden the mind of sentient beings result from common temporary conditions such as the harm of spirits, illnesses, and ailments not occurring in the realms of the world. Know whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases like habitual leading the being to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. Rolling body beings being harmed by acute, chronic, and other infectious diseases, and the mere sound of whose names terrifies beings, as though they've been placed inside the mouth of the animal lord of death. Mullen body beings being harmed with 8,000 class of harmful interferers, 360 evil spirits harmed suddenly, 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever sufferings there are due to disturbances, the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every pleasure, be totally pacified, and the body and mind have radiance and power, be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. With the compassion of the Gurus and the Triple Gem, with the power to Guineas, Dharma protectors and guardians, and with the strength of infallibility of karma and its results, may these many dedication and prayers be fulfilled as soon as they are made. Okay, so now we're going to do the prayer for pacifying the danger of weapons. O Mani Padme Hum, great loving, victorious one, I, sublime, compassionate, I, looking one, wrathful, victorious, high, Giriva, perfect, pure, Tara, and so forth, objects of refuge, whose holy names eliminates all danger upon their hearing. Your compassionate nature, please pay attention to me. In the sentient beings, the time of quarrelling and flourishing of the 5 degenerations are tormented by fighting and intense suffering. From the explosion of a great ocean of evil karma and jealousy, please dry this ocean up by the strength of your transcendental wisdom and compassion. Also by letting flow the great raid of nectar, loving kindness. On the transmigrated beings whose hatred is a blazing fire, please grant your blessings for happiness and spaciousness to increase by the recognizing each other as being like parents. Through your defeating the multitude of vicious evil spirits who by entering one's mental continuum change it instantly into the mind of an asura, from now on may they never rove this region. Please also call all the sentient beings who have died in war from now on to abandon evil karma, the cause and result, and be miraculously reborn in blissful land. Please also lead all others to that pure land. Please cause all those who are born and died to have long lives and not have sicknesses, to stop all the quarreling and fighting, enjoy life and 10 virtues. Please make rainfall at the right time, harvest to always be good, and auspiciousness increase on all inhabitants and for all inhabitants. By the ultimate reality, which is pure nature, unbetraying cause and result, which is that ultimate reality, and the compassion guru, mind sealed deity, and the rare sublime ones, may my pure and extensive prayers be accomplished. Okay, now the quest to pacify the fear of karma. Having generated the mind aspiring to high supreme enlightenment in order to truly liberate all infinite living beings, you, the compassionate victorious one, completed the 2 accumulations. Assemblies of guiding Buddhas, Bodhisattva seers, and Prajika Buddhas, Gurus, Yidams, Sakinis, and Dharma guardians of the 10 directions, the actual wealth gods, lords of treasure, along with your retinues. Think of these protectorless living beings as degenerate times with love, and then, in order to truly protect these embodied beings who are tormented by sufferings of hunger, thirst, and poverty, let fall a rain of whatever attractive joyance are needed, jewels, food, wealth, grains, bedding, and so forth, on the swells lands of souls. These pacify the hands of the 4 elements, untimely wind, fire, drought, rain, floods, and so forth, and be nourishing grains from crops, harvests, and so forth, ripen and increase like they do during the age of completion. Okay. By the force of having made extensive requests for strong entreaties to the force of love and compassion, the end of sickness, fighting, and famine be pacified, and may we possess a long life free from illness. Through the great compassion of the victorious ones and their children, and the force of the infallible truth of cause and effect, may the teachings of the victorious ones spread and increase, and may all living beings swiftly attain highest enlightenment. So now we'll do some dedications, and we could do the long life prayer, longer one for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Loi Chancho Sencho Rinpoche Nage Banam Yurshi Deva Nyamba Metayam Lone Glondu Pelvarshu. Due to all the merits of the past, present, and future, collected by me, and all the merits of the 3 times collected by numbers, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, may bodhicitta be generated in the hearts of all sentient beings of the 6 realms, and especially in the hearts of everybody in the world, including all the students, benefactors, and volunteers in the FPMT. May it be generated in the hearts of all those who rely upon me, of those who have promised to pray for, and to those whose names have been given to me. May it be generated in my heart and in the hearts of all family members, those who are living and those who have died. May the bodhicitta that has already been generated increase. The long life of His Holiness. Jitengamdi Nende Maluba Gamle Jume Samel Yishino Karen Sume Tenzin Gyatso Cho Kuse Tenshi Tushe Lundrusho. And for His Holiness, his wishes to be spontaneously fulfilled, Saviour of the Snowland, teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion. To Lotus Holder, Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled spontaneously. And we'll do to dedicate in the same way as all the past Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I fully dedicate all these virtues to be able to train just like the hero Manjushri in reality is, and just like Samantha Bhadra as well. I fully dedicate all my roots of virtue with the dedication praised as the best by all the gone beyond victorious ones 3 times in order to have good conduct. So let's do the long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, the longer one, that was composed by Carla. To find this. Okay. So this one, yeah, it's if you've got the FPMT Essential Prayer Book, it's 296, page 296. Through eliminating all your appearances, dispels the darkness, your clear mind knows the 84,000 heaps of Dharma, the power of the remedy to the 84,000 delusions. You're proclaiming dependent arising itself as victorious in battle with the manas. I worship the supremely kind great Vajradhara on my crown. Clarifying the scriptures and realizations, the teachings of the Muna, you spread and illuminate these teachings wherever they have not yet spread in the world. Having become an actual son of the conquerors, you bear hardships with patience. And your continuum is the realization of the perfection of wisdom, subtle, dependent, and rising. Precious jewel, Lord possessing loving compassion, who liberates upon seeing, treasure of mastery of all the rising interpretive and definitive scriptures, supremely great among the great, fully comprehending and clarifying the meaning of emptiness and compassion. You guide all beings in the path to liberation, perfectly qualified spiritual friend, my Guru, please remain forever. She protects from the fears of the 3 times Ayatara, please increase lifespan activities of beings who preserve the holy Dharma, and always without separation develop their spontaneous actions by the infallible deities, the 3 roots, and it will be auspicious. And since it's the last session of the day, we're going to do the multiplying mantras. Chom dende, Dejan Jebara, Chomba Yan, Baba Sobe Sangi Namba Nansi Yogi Gablola Shakse Wu. Chanchu Semba Zemba Jembo Kindu Sambola Shakse Wu. Tayada Om Benjagriba Abba Bodine Suha Om Duru Duru Shayam Suha. Tayada Om Benjagriba Abba Bodine Suha Om Duru Duru Shayam Suha. Tayada Om Benjagriba Abba Bodine Suha Om Duru Duru Shayam Suha. Tayada Om Benjagriba Abba Bodine Suha Om Duru Duru Shayam Suha. Tayada Om Benjagriba Abba Bodine Suha Om Duru Duru Shayam Suha. Tayada Om Benjagriba Abba Bodine Suha Om Duru Duru Shayam Suha. Tayada Om Benjagriba Abba Bodine Suha Om Duru Duru Shayam Suha. Chomdende Deshin Jemara Jomba Yan Baba Sobe Sangi Mengele Bechira Ubi Kapula Shakse. Chomdende Deshin Jemara Jomba Yan Baba Sobe Sangi No Wanda Monlam Tanchi Rakju Rupi Kapula Shakse. Due to the blessings in the victorious ones and their sons, the truth of infallible dependent rising. The power of my pure special attitude, taking responsibility, the all the ends of my pure prayers be accomplished. Let me just finish by dedicating emptiness, sealing all the merits and emptiness, duties, merits, and the soul of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the sentiments of 3 times, which are empty from the inside. May the eye, which is empty from its inside, empty true existence, quickly achieve enlightenment, which is also empty from its own side, true existence. And lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side, true existence, to that enlightenment by myself alone, again, which is empty from its own side, empty from true existence. Okay, thank you very much. Joyce, that's the 74th prayerathon and done again today.